Genshin is not a difficult game. The content for world questing, exploration, Archon questing is all pretty mild at best. Spiral Abyss is the only exception that we have, and for the past 3 years, Genshin has decided to not add anything that's even slightly comparable to Spiral Abyss. That was until now. The new Triumphant Frenzy event is one of the most difficult activities ever in Genshin, and I must credit that HoYoverse really did innovate with this one. If you haven't played the event yet, well, here's how it works. There are different stages and various modifiers for each stage. Once you enter the stage, you are given a random selection from a pool of characters, and you are tasked with strategizing and building a team around them. However, you can only use the same character twice, and there are 4 rounds to each stage, and after clearing the round, you are given another random selection of characters to choose from. At its core, it's a combat event, and HoYoverse have done many copy and paste events just like this in the past, but this just feels different. It's innovative, and when playing on Pro mode, arguably it's on par with Spiral Abyss style content, and that is a really good step in the right direction. From the perspective of a player who's been playing the game for only 6 months, obviously I don't know how every character's kit works, so while playing on Pro difficulty, I'm almost bound to fail. But that's okay because it's fun to strategize and figure out what works. Playing from start to finish, it took me an entire 2 hours to clear all 5 stages in one sitting. Again, with plenty of failure, using different modifiers and different characters and fighting different enemies. And sometimes the hard part isn't even killing the enemies, it's a race against time, which is very similar in style to Spiral Abyss. Except in this event, you are required to retry if you fail, and there is no stars to collect or partial rewards like Spiral Abyss. Not that the Pro difficulty rewards are anything to celebrate about, but the gameplay loop they have for this event is phenomenal. And I also feel like both sides win here. The player gets to try out characters that they've never played before, while also learn about their character's playstyle and kit, further encouraging them to then pull that character in the future, similar to what the character trials do for character banners, but a bit on a higher scale. When I think about how much HoYoverse cooked on an event like this, I like to go back and remember that one viral interview, the one that they had with GameSpot, where when asked a question about adding more endgame content to Genshin, HoYoverse developers responded by saying it might end up creating excessive amounts of anxiety for our players. Now, I can't lie to you, this might anger some people, but this statement is justified a bit. A majority of Genshin's fanbase is made up of mobile players, which also means a lot of money is made from mobile players. But quite honestly, I can't see any mobile player completing this event on Pro difficulty. Like, you need some serious handwork to do that. And so coming out with an event that is difficult for HoYoverse's core audience, that also makes them the most money, makes this statement kind of understandable to an extent. The funny part here is that this isn't even considered an endgame content because it's obviously a limited time event, and they give you trial characters to make a completely unique team. But this also got some players quite angry, as you can't use your own characters in the event, which was a bit of a controversy. Genshin Impact's gameplay loop supports the idea of logging in every single day to collect your rewards, spend your resin, farm your artifacts, etc., all to build your characters. But then so suddenly, HoYoverse decides to drop a fire event that unfortunately doesn't allow them to use their built characters. Now, that is a very valid complaint, but I still don't think it ruins the fun from the randomness of this event. This might be an outlandish thought, but maybe this event is a test for something we might get in the future? Who knows? But either way, it's great. W HoYoverse, W Dawe, and that's all I have to say.